Boker Tov.
Morning.
Good morning. Thank you. In the last years, our organization had to face some extreme challenges that was caused due to great changes in our surrounding area. On the operational side, the Arab Spring changed the Middle East dramatically. Countries that we used to border for the last 30 years were no longer looking the same. New terror organizations arose and became a threat not just to us, but to the entire world. On the social side, we met the Z generation for the first time as our soldiers. Those kids were born with smartphones and computers in their hands, and they came to us with a different set of demands that we have to fulfill in order to meet their needs and get the best out of them. And we had to go through all these challenges and changes while being forced to cut off hundreds of people from our workforce. Our leaders, the army leaders, looked at us and asked us for solutions. In the last 10 years, they became more and more dependent on our computer systems. And we developed computer systems that help them solve their problems. What? Okay. Through those years, we developed, by using the most advanced techniques and architectures, we developed the most advanced computing systems. Those systems made the Israeli IDF one of the most advanced armies in the world. Those demands that came to us was a great wake-up call at the exact same time that we needed one, because it made us look at ourselves and understand that we are becoming irrelevant. The technologies that we use were becoming old, and the architectures that we use were becoming irrelevant. We understood that in order to keep our honorable technological place, we have to change, and quick. So we started a journey. And we started the journey by changing our point of view. We stopped looking at those big enterprise dinosaurs and asked them for solutions. We started looking for solutions in our own. We looked at the real leaders of the IT industry, at companies like Facebook, like Google, and like Spotify. We mimicated what they do and adjusted it to our needs. We used more advanced technologies and more relevant architectures. We based new computer systems on those architectures and technologies. But we felt that something is still missing, because although we used all these great technologies, we weren't fast and we weren't agile enough. We realized that we are using all these great technologies in the old-fashioned way. We used the same old operating models and the same old development methods. We felt something like this. No, really, it's you. And we became really angry, like this guy, because it's not that we didn't try. We tried really hard to change our working methods, but it seems like everything we tried just didn't work for us. So we decided to do a more dramatical change, to create an all-new environment with an all-new set of rules. This environment will be based on OpenStack. And all these systems that will accept our all-new rules will be able to get into our environment. Today, we are starting to see how the change is affecting our organization. We are starting to feel a little bit more agile and a little bit more fast, because we are just at the start of our journey. But we are also starting to see what a great benefit this kind of change can bring to our organization. Today, we won't talk about our new OpenStack architecture, or our new Neutron deployment, mostly because we are not allowed to, but also because we think that in our case, the organizational story is the real story. We will talk about how we use technology, not just as a tool, but as a catalyst for a change that we wanted to have in our organization. I think that this kind of change, or each company that will do this kind of change and use technology in that way, will have a great benefit, will become more agile, more fast, and will have much, much more satisfied customers. But first, who we are. My name is Eyal David. I'm from Marom, the IT infrastructure unit of the IDF, unit with a lot of path behind it, which did a lot of great things, and now we are leading the transformation to the OpenStack cloud.
My name is Shahaf Marom. I'm from Matzpen, the development unit, and what you will see in the continue is the joint effort that Eyal from the infrastructure unit and the development unit, me, done together.
Okay, so as I said, Marom is now leading the transformation to the cloud. We decided to do this kind of transformation, but not everyone in the organization looked at the change that we established as an opportunity and not as a threat. And we started to hear resistant voices from each corner of the company. We had things like, there is no way any software in the world will be able to replace my sophisticated switches, or no software will ever be capable to do what my storage machines are doing. And of course, an hypervisor can be open sourced. We felt threatened by those voices because they were made by the most experienced and trusted engineers of our organization. So we decided to act quickly by making them a part of the project. We recruited people from each part of the organization. We took them from the monitoring team, from the storage team, from the networking team, and of course from the security team. We had all one engineering team out of them. And this was beneficial for us for a couple of reasons. First, this kind of change is threatening a lot of people. And by making them a part of the process, they felt that they are no longer being threatened. They were in the center of the project, they were in the decision makers' table, and they knew that their chair is not under threat anymore. So it cooled down the resistance. The second thing, by making them a part of the project, we made their success, the project success, their success. And they were our best engineers. So if they were obligated to the project will succeed, because you want these kind of people to be on your side. And the third thing, and this one I love the most, we took the veterans. We took the one that had the battle scars on their skin. They experienced a lot of projects, the successful and the unsuccessful ones. They knew exactly when a project is going to fail, why it is going to fail, what is going to fail him, and how we can work together in order to make him succeed. We really use their experience as our secret ingredient to the project. Tell you the truth, sometimes we don't look at those people and realize how much their experience can help us. In this project, I think I understood what experience can bring, how experience can bring to success. So we talked about why we made a change and how we cooled down the resistance, and now we can start the project, but we need people. And we knew that we need a all new different kind of people with a all new different kind of skills. We wanted the one that don't look at hypervisors, at routers, and at storage as something that is mechanical or boring. We wanted the unicorns, the one which look at those things as something interesting, something that they can develop. I even say something magical. The one that want to explore the unknown lands that are behind the data centers' doors. We wanted the perfect sysadmins. But the problem was that we only found 5 of them. So with the blessing of our manager, we started a scouting and recruiting journey. But everyone that I tried to talk to rejected me. And people were starting to be afraid of me. My friend didn't answer my phones. People were crossing to the other side of the street when I walked near them. I never had a line at the dining room because each time I got in, everyone walked away. But the truth is that we ate our own food. because for years, we teach our developers the love for Java, the love for Android, the love for the lines of code. We never talk with them about the infrastructure, about the switches, about the routers. We left this part of the computer architecture in the dark. So we had to fix what we did. So what we did? The first thing, we did not enforce anyone to come to the project. We realized this kind of project requires great passion, and the ones that are not passionate about it won't be able to succeed. So it doesn't matter how talented you are, we didn't recruit you if you are not passionate about the project. We looked for the unicorns. We looked for the ones that are passionate for this. The ones that are interested in routers, the ones that are interested in storage, and believe me, there are people like this. We only had to find them. And when they came in, they had to put their ego aside, because once they come into this kind of project, they are in a whole new world. They are equal, almost equal, to a soldier that just finished his basic course. And the third thing that we did, we become much, much more patient. We realized that in order to develop this kind of project, you have to be patient. You have to realize that it takes time to recruit these kind of people. We are creating a whole new profession that never existed in our organization, that is almost don't exist in any organization, and we have to start from the beginning in order to start this profession. We call this profession the developer sysadmin. And now,
so for many years, our organization isn't different from any other organization in the world. We have different difficulties, like any other organization. Probably each one of you is sitting in the room, and there is a constant conflict between what we want and what we need. But the most significant thing that we comprehend that we need to take those two things, what we need and what we want, and those are the things that we must have in order to take our organization a giant leap forward. Our organization, most of the times, consisted from, I think, 4 silos. We have our data centers and infrastructures. We have our security, of course, but most of the time, developers like me think that they are only getting in our way to go to production. And of course, we have the ops, the ops persons, who are usually taking care of all the trouble that we are making in the production. You will see it in the continuing slides. And of course, there are the developers that usually just sit code and enjoy all the fun until it gets to production. So, from developer view, like any other organization, we are consisting from developers that sitting in different locations, different environments, different technologies, different methods, all over the place. But our developers changed the way they're thinking. They are not think like they used to. And why is that? That's because they are working not only in our units. They're working at home. They used to see what Amazon have to offer them. They're using Google Cloud. They're using their software to build projects with their partners and colleagues at the college or the university. And they see what the capabilities that there are outside. So we want to give them experience like they use at home. We want to give them environment that looks like this, and not like the 5 continents that are not connected with each other and everyone is working by himself. We want every developer feel and develop like he's using the same technology as his friend in another unit, able to talk with him, to share his code. I think that our basically outside are very simple. Different environments. Everyone who sits here, even if he's an infrastructure person, know that there are many different environments. There are environments for development, for production, for performance. You have pre-prod, you have prod, of course. And those environments are very, very different from each other. And the problem is where you are trying to move your code from development environment, from the dev environment, to your prod environment. You have to encounter very, very changes in configuration almost everywhere. That when you go into your production, you think, okay, I installed it, just let's run it and everything will be fine. But no, you have a configuration error over and over and over again, and you have to redeploy. And this is the good part. But what if you have a bug in your code? But usually we don't have bugs. It's only configuration. So our journey to production always goes like this. We feel like we are going into a fight. And of course, it's never our fault. Never. It's their fault. But we wanted to change it. Everywhere is talking, anyone is talking about CI/CD, and we really wanted our system to look like this. To build, to deploy, fast, reliably. But the problem that we saw that our environment is not capable for those things. Of course, this is the most known slide ever, I think, most used one. But the message that I'm trying to convey is that we are not moving our problem to someone else anymore. We have a giant organization, really giant organization, and we want to use our resources effectively, efficiently, and economically. Because as Eyal said, the environment has changed. We don't have a lot of manpower, we don't have a lot of money, and we want to be able to give our customers, the end users, and then our end users, not the developers, they're not the security guys, they're not the ops guys, they're not the monitor guys. They are end users who are sitting and using our systems. We want to give them the best applications that we can give. So we build an environment that has a joint repository, joint source control. We gave them services for build services using Dockers. We gave them repository tools and also collaboration, because as you remember, we want them all to work together. We gave them container orchestration, because if you give them just to run Docker on Linux, it's fine, but it's not enough. Of course, PaaS services. We want each of our users, each of our development, to create his own services, his own servers by himself. These guys gave us the opportunity to use our resources within a click. And of course, our engineers need our ALM tools in the environments, and we gave them that too. So instead of working in each silo, our environment looks like this. For end, I think that the most important message that Eyal and I have to say to you is that we are not working alone. This journey is not being able to be without the same effort that we are doing together, each part of the organization. Thank you.